is homecoming here in Como. Courtney Lyle and Rini Ngolia with you. Missouri 4-0 for the third straight season. They are hosting UMass, a team that they beat 45-3 last year in Amherst. Missouri's first drive here. And they'll hand it off to Ahmad Hardy. This guy is impressive. Rini, we were just talking about it. Yards after contact, he is deadly.
Yeah, his contact balance is unreal. Low center of gravity, runs behind his shoulder pads. It's just outside zone. I love it because you let his vision go. And we haven't even talked yet about this offensive line, which I think is one of the best in the nation as well. And when you have a running back that runs that hard, it motivates that offensive line to even win more at the line of scrimmage.
He's already had 2 runs in this game, over 10 yards. That one for 18. A guy that transferred in from Louisiana Monroe. Bo Prabula is the quarterback, the transfer from Penn State. They hand it off to Hardy from the pistol set. And Rini, Ahmad Hardy, 6 straight games now going back to last season. He's rushed for 100 yards and had a touchdown.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
Wow.
And I talked about it in the open. I mean, Eli Drinkowitz, the Missouri fans, I don't think they realized how good of a running back they were getting. I mean, they literally got one of the best running backs in the nation in Ahmad Hardy.
Really close to the line to gain, marked just short of the 8-yard line.
That's a mini win for the UMass defense. Come up, make a good hit, because you never see Hardy go backwards, and he's slow to get up. You got to hope he's okay.
Yeah, walking off the field slowly is Ahmad Hardy.
Yeah, just gets driven back there, and you just, you know, as a former back, things get twisted in their lower body. Looks like he's walking a little better there, which is a good sign.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on number 29 and try to get you an update on his status. Jamal Roberts, who is their 1-2 punch, their other back, checks in now, and he's very talented.
6 foot, 210, 212 as well. Good speed, good contact balance as well.
Prabula gives it to Roberts, bouncing his way right up the middle of the field and into the end zone for a 9-yard score. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the season for Jamal Roberts.
Well, you know, if you're UMass, you think, oh, Hardy's out of the game, we can take a little breather. No, you can't, because Jamal Roberts runs just as hard as Ahmad Hardy. You called it a 1-2 punch. It's excellent.
Robert Meyer on to attempt the point after. It's up and good. Rini, as a former running back, you're going to love the running backs in this game.
Just the way Missouri wanted this game to start. On the ground, pound, win the line of scrimmage. Jamal Roberts to the end zone. Mizzou leads it early, 7-0.
Jamal Roberts, Ahmad Hardy a little shaken up on that drive. Their star back, he's in the injury tent right now. It's homecoming here in Columbia, Missouri. And this Missouri team who's starting 4-0 for the 3rd season in a row. And you look at them, they're a complete team, Rini. They're top 10 in the nation in offense and defense.
Well, and I love what Eli Drinkowitz has developed here. He's built culture, but then he's added in the portal in specific areas that have really helped and provided a lot of boost to this team.
Yeah, what's your favorite thing about this offense?
Real offensive line. Like, we talk running backs and quarterback, and I love it, but it all goes because this offensive line wins the line of scrimmage and dominates. And then when you got good running backs behind it, which they do, that's a great combo to have.
Meanwhile, on the other side for UMass, a team that has been decimated by injuries. They haven't won an FBS game since 2023, and that pass incomplete. A.J. Hairston getting the start tonight. UMass has started 3 different quarterbacks this season. At the beginning of the year, it was Brandon Rose. He had a shoulder injury a couple of weeks ago against Bryant. Grant Jordan got the start in their last game, and now the redshirt freshman, A.J. Hairston.
Yeah, didn't lose his redshirt last year, but they've gotten off to such bad starts this season. They need something positive early in this game.
They were forced to punt on their first drive. Rocco Griffin, who is a captain and one of their best players on offense, gets the carry, stopped by Nicholas Rodriguez.
And when you get a chance to make a play, if you're a receiver, the ball gets thrown to you, you got to make catches, right? You got to make positive plays. Keep working hard. It's a very good Missouri team you're playing, but you got to go out there. You got to show a little heart, and you got to play hard.
This a home-and-home series. Missouri went to Amherst last year and beat UMass 45-3, and now UMass returns the trip. Third down, where UMass has struggled, 28% conversion rate on the season. Hairston to the air, and that pass incomplete. Stephen Hall in coverage for Mizzou.
Good coverage, and that the secondary was challenged, right, by Coach Drinkowitz and Corey Batoon, the defensive coordinator. No holding, let's play real good defense coverage. Right there, Hall was in the hip pocket of the wide receiver.
So Kevin Coleman Jr. is back for Missouri. Keegan Andrews on to punt for the second time. Really good punter that UMass has.
One of the best in the nation statistically.
He's 9th in the FBS in yards per punt. He's one of the captains for the Minutemen.
And of course, we're jinxing him because
one goes out of bounds.
Doesn't turn it over.
Well, Missouri will get the ball for the second time on offense when we come back to Columbia. The Tigers up 7-0.
ESPN College Football is presented by Ice Cold Dr. Pepper. College football, it's a pepper thing. And in part by the Sonic Smasher. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app. Live free, eat Sonic.
Well, last year on October 12th, that was the first meeting between these two teams. Missouri won 45-3. And Ahmad Hardy, who was shaken up on the first drive, just came out of the injury tent. Still has his helmet, but he's over on the bike right now. I want to show you what happened. He already has 41 rushing yards in this game.
He just kind of got rolled up on underneath as he got driven back there and walked gingerly, progressively looked better, and now he's on the bike, which is a really good sign, getting loose again.
I mean, this guy is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare, is he not, Rini?
He is. I mean, because you have to bring a lot of bodies to him because he's going to break tackles and make you miss.
Second offensive possession for Missouri. They'll throw it out to Kevin Coleman Jr. past the 50-yard line. Zachary Ferris and Timmy Heinz-Peter in on the tackle. And Ahmad Hardy transferred in from Louisiana Monroe, where he rushed for over 1,000 yards last year. It's so hard to believe, Rainey, that he was the 153rd running back in his class. Back-to-back catches for Kevin Coleman.
Well, when I talk about running with a chip on your shoulder, that puts that chip on your shoulder, and kind of got overlooked. Louisiana Monroe, ULM found him. He had a great year last year, and we just knew, listen, he's going to end up somewhere big, and Missouri's the beneficiary of that.
Jamal Roberts is the back that's in there right now. He finished the drive last time out with a touchdown, his third rushing touchdown of the season. Second and 2. Prbula will hand it to Roberts. Hits the pile, falling forward to the 33-yard line.
And you just see the push. Connor Tollison, 55, the center, leader of that offensive line. Dom Judice, 56, left guard. They just control the line of scrimmage, win there, and then when you got good backs, and what it does is the linebackers have to come up to stop run, and it's going to open up the passing game as well. It's really not complicated when you can run the ball.
First and 10, Prbula showing off his arm, and the pass complete to Joshua Manning. And this was a big get for Missouri. You had to replace Brady Cook, who was a Missouri kid who did so many good things for the Tigers. And Prbula enters the portal at Penn State during the playoff last year.
It was unfortunate that they had to leave his team, but welcome to college football 2025. I mean, that's just the way it is to find a home, and he has found a home here at Missouri.
It's no secret he's mobile, he can run. He's told me that that's always been part of his game, but his arm has been shown off here at Missouri. Pistol set, he turns around and hands it to Roberts, who's met quickly by Heinz-Peter.
Yeah, good job by Timmy Heinz-Peter. He came with Coach Harris-Simiak from Rutgers. Kind of a spot player there. Here he's a starter, and Heinz-Peter Tyler Martin, some of those inside linebackers. The linebacker group for UMass defense has actually been healthy. It's the defensive backs and defensive line that's been decimated thus far.
Heinz-Peter, you'll see him play the Will and the Mike linebacker tonight. Pabula, that pass thrown behind Jamal Roberts. It's a UMass defense, Rini, that has been decimated by injury. They have at least 5 guys out, so much so that they have had to pull 2 walk-ons to put them on their depth chart.
Yeah, they were literally the 2 walk-ons. It's not a knock on them. They were playing only scout team, and they've had so many injuries. They're now in the 2 deep. So we're going to see some guys back there, and hey, welcome to college football, and guess what? You're going to play at the home of an SEC team in Missouri.
You see all the guys out on UMass's defense tonight. 3rd down on the way for Mizzou. Missouri spreads it out. Pabula stepping up in the pocket and throws an interception. Picked off by UMass, and Heinz-Peter down the sideline, tripped up at around the 25-yard line.
Love the defensive call by defensive coordinator Jared Kite. Showed like he was going to come with some pressure. He drops. They only rush 3. They have 8 in coverage. Pabula steps up, doesn't see Heinz-Peter. It wasn't a good release out of his hand. Timmy Heinz-Peter right there, right place, makes the interception, is just running as fast as he can. Excellent job by Jamal Roberts to save a touchdown. But a big defensive play by UMass, and you see that replay. The ball just came out of both Pabula's hands. Just weird. I think he wanted to change where he threw it. Comes out awkward, and Timmy Heinz-Peter's there for the big interception.
So it's their 3rd interception of the season by this defense. The first 2 coming against Bryant, a game that they actually lost earlier this year.
Yeah.
But can A.J. Hairston and this UMass offense do something with it? Play action, Hairston rolling and throwing at the feet of his intended target. That pass incomplete to Jaquan Gibson, who is their leading receiver.
And the coaches told us last night, one of the ways to try to buy some time for A.J. Hairston, they're going to roll him, some nakeds. Now, that time he's rolling to the left. He's right-handed. It's really hard to turn the hips. You got a really good defensive front from Missouri coming at you. 1st down, we talked to offensive coordinator Mike Bajakian about 1st down. They've been really bad on 1st down, too, which correlates to bad on 3rd down.
And that puts them off schedule. Spreading it out, Hairston over the middle. The pass complete for a 1st down inside the 10-yard line. And it's caught by Max Dowling, one of their tight ends.
And that's the zip right there we talk about with the live arm of A.J. Hairston. Put it low and away, spin it in an absolute BB to Max Dowling. The tight end goes down, makes the catch, and it's 1st and goal for UMass.
That's a 12-yard pickup. UMass 7 for 10 in the red zone this season. Brandon Hood is the running back. Hairston gives it to him. Falls forward, marked at the 9. Chris McClellan in on the tackle, the transfer from Florida a couple of years ago.
And you might say to yourself, why are you trying to run against a really good defensive line, defensive front? Because you just can't abandon your game plan. You have to keep the defense honest. Got to try to run it in there. And you see Reese Atkins, the big tight end, a little helmet malfunction. He's got to come out for a play because that helmet came off.
Well, Zion Young had his helmet off, walking off the field for Mizzou, too, Missouri's defense. Now, Rini, how does it affect the defense knowing that UMass does not have a passing touchdown this season?
They're just going to play it straight up. They understand that A.J. Hairston has a good arm. Got to cover well on the back end and just play straight defense. They're not really worried about anything crazy.
Gibson motions out of the backfield. Rocco Griffin is the running back next to Hairston. He's going to throw on the move. And a hard hit. You can hear it. Jaquan Gibson with the hit. And a little talking afterwards.
Yeah. Well, Jaquan Gibson's one of those players. He's been here 3 years. He's been developed in the program. He's got better each and every year. He takes a big hit here. But a positive play from UMass in the red zone. Don't pick up much, but it's positive. And yeah, I like the little talking back and forth. Show some life, show some heart. Love it. And Jaquan Gibson's one of the team captains.
It was Marvin Burks who made the big hit for Missouri. 3rd down, UMass. Hairston looking in the corner of the end zone. No chance, and yes, the flag comes out. Toriano Pride might be in trouble for Missouri.
And the big receiver, Jake McConaughey, he's been hurt with a high ankle sprain. He's back.
Pass interference. Defense number 2. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Steve Marlowe is our referee today.
And McConaughey, I talked about him being hurt. He's back, 6'5", big target. Tried to go back shoulder here. Gets tripped up at the goal line, gets the interference call. Happened in the end zone. You heard the official. By rule, ball will be placed at the 2-yard line, first and goal. But a good target. And with so many people hurt, good to have McConaughey back.
Hairston going under center. Little I formation look. Throws it over the top to the back of the end zone to Max Dowling. And UMass has its first passing touchdown of the season.
Off stop. Defense number 9. Lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties declined. Touchdown.
That looked like a play when I played, Court, in the early 90s. I formation, 22 personnel. They had 2 tight ends in there. Little play action, and then Dowling, the big tight end, just releases in the back of the end zone. Good touch by A.J. Hairston to get it over the defender. And UMass did exactly what you need to do when you get a takeaway. Turn it into points.
And they lined up Owen Anderson, one of their tight ends, like a fullback.
Yeah, they told us multiple tight ends would play tonight.
And the PAT is blocked. Sterling Webb, I think, was the one from Missouri that got a hand on it.
It's now time for Mizzou League Racing in NFL. Taking the awards.
Yeah, it was Webb. Blocks the interception, or blocks the PAT, but UMass taking advantage of the INT. They turn it into their very first passing touchdown of the season, and the Minutemen on the board. Passing touchdown of the season. That was after a 63-yard interception return by Temi Hines-Peter, the transfer from Rutgers, and that put the Minutemen on the board. Mizzou will run this out. Finally stopped around the 45-yard line. Demarion Folks with the return for Missouri.
And Folks knew right away he was taking it out of the end zone. There was no hesitation. They had a nice left return set up. Almost takes it all the way, but as it is, out to the 44-yard line. Really nice return. Good blocking. Good job staying off backs. Tremendous by Missouri. Great special teams play there.
That's a true freshman out of Maryland with the return, and it sets Missouri up in great field position. Bo Perbula's got to shake off the interception, his 3rd of the season. That was his last play. And Ahmad Hardy back in the game. That's the big headline for Missouri, was shaken up on the first drive. Looks to be good as he carries a defender just shy of the 50-yard line.
And you'll see some defenders like they're on a block and they try to shed the block to hit Ahmad Hardy, and he'll knock your arm right back. I mean, you got to come with him with aggression and everything you can to wrap up, because he is going forward.
It's a 5-yard pickup. Now, they weren't sure how his production at Louisiana Monroe would translate, but I think it's translated so far.
Pretty well.
Perbula throws it out to Kevin Coleman, who has been his favorite target tonight. That's a first down. Tackle made by Raheem Sexel and Kendall Bournes.
And it's just taking what the defense gives you, right? Playing soft, way off. You got Coleman underneath, so easy pitch and catch. Turn it up, first down.
They're just finding Kevin Coleman wherever they can on the field. And Bo Perbula, we talked to him this week, Rini, and he said on his very first day at Missouri, Kevin Coleman Jr. said, hey, let's go work on routes one-on-one. And they have done that every single day. And that chemistry that he built, wow, it's paid off. Wide open to Marquise Johnson. Gonna dance around really close to the marker, but he will be short of the first down, stopped by Darion Craig.
Yeah, he actually would have got the first down if he made the catch, made that first move, and just went. Because again, cushion was very soft. Instead, he kind of dances backwards and actually loses a couple. Right there, just keep going, Marquise. You got the first down instead. And Darion Craig with another tackle, number 0, very active for UMass defensively. Plays their star nickel position.
Marquise Johnson had a big game in their win over South Carolina, tied his career high with 7 catches, had 80 receiving yards. Hardy's turn. Should be good enough for the first down.
And you saw Zachary Ferris, 20 now, and the boundary safety coming. That's what you need to do. You need to have safety and run support against an Ahmad Hardy. And when you come, though, you got to make sure you get a hit on him. You can't miss him. And by the way, Ferris, 29, where he's the green dot. So usually it's a middle linebacker. He's the coach to player communication because there's so many new guys in the secondary for UMass.
Well, and they've moved him to the boundary, too, so he's playing a bit of a different position. They wanted to try to help him out as much as possible. First down for Missouri. Pistol set. It's Jamal Roberts. Untouched so far. Bounces off his own teammate around the 20 and falls down around the 5. Finally stopped by David Onaha.
And as a tailback, like outside zone is like, you just love it because the offensive line's coming out with you. It's zone blocking and you're just using your vision, finding a crease.
It's a 30-yard pickup. This time UMass's defense was ready. Igwinigu meets Roberts.
And Igwinigu's one of those defensive ends. He's been in the program 4 years. You need to step up and make some plays. That was a nice tackle there. And again, doesn't matter if it's Roberts or Hardy coming at you. You got a load coming.
Inside a minute here in the first quarter. Missouri threatening for the second time tonight, and I think UMass is going to call a timeout.
Timeout, UMass. The first of the half, 30-second timeout.
Joe Harasimiak, his first year as UMass's head coach, coming over from being the defensive coordinator at Rutgers.
We had a great conversation with him yesterday. And, you know, he took over in December. And that's the thing in this transfer portal era. When you used to get a job, right, you inherited the team from the year before. But now when these coaches get to a new place, 30, 40 people leave and go in the portal. Now you got to replace them. You're trying to add depth, and it's just, it's hard. And listen, it's heated. It's not an excuse, right? That's college football today. You have to deal with it. But these are the real struggles that coaches deal with when they take over new programs, especially new programs that have been down and out. It's going to take him some time, and I like the blueprint. It's just unfortunately couldn't have been a worse start early on here for Joe Harasimiak and his staff.
Yeah, 0-3, a loss to Bryant,
which
an
is
FCS team.
Arguably the worst loss in UMass history, and they know that. But you know, it's a game you can't lose. But kudos to Bryant for going to Warren McGurk and getting that win.
Second and goal for Missouri. Second time they've threatened today. Here's Ahmad. Doing Ahmad things. Touchdown Mizzou. 7 rushing touchdowns now for Ahmad Hardy. Plus he's gone over 2,000 yards for his career.
And again, Courtney, outside zone, that's all it was. He wasn't even touched. Watch this right here. He's just going to go. The offensive line's going to go up there. It's just outside zone. They're going to come down the line of scrimmage, zone blocking, boom, boom. Look at this hole right there. Hit it. Perfect. Doesn't get touched.
Robert Meyer on for the PAT. It is true, and Missouri has a 14-6 lead. 2 rushing touchdowns tonight. Jamal Roberts got the first, and then Ahmad Hardy with the second.
Just can't draw it up any better offensively for Kirby Moore, controlling the line of scrimmage, feeding both your backs. Look at that block right there. Excellent job. Big number 56, Dom Judice, transfer from Michigan. Turns back, seals it. Hardy, great vision, sets it up right off his backside and walks it into the end zone. I would have loved to run behind an offensive line like that in Missouri.
I bet, yeah.
Oh, boy.
I mean, you've been talking about this offensive line all week.
Hey, listen, you hear me say this a lot, and this is something UMass has to deal with, right, as they progress as a program. You build teams from the inside out. Everyone wants to talk about skill, and that's great. You can find skill out there, okay? You better have a dominant offensive line that can win the line of scrimmage and a defensive line that can win the line of scrimmage. Mizzou has both of those.
Yes, they do.
And you're going to win a lot of games. And then you fill in the skill with it, and you got a good team.
Fair catch called by Gibson, and so 35 seconds left here in the first quarter. Last offensive possession for UMass, they got their first passing touchdown of the season. They were able to take their interception that they picked off of Bo Perbula and eventually turn that into points.
Yeah, got the pass interference in the end zone, set them up first and go on the little play action pass. Dowling, the big tight end with a touchdown in the back of the end zone.
A.J. Hairston, the redshirt freshman, his second career start. Over the middle. He's got a guy, it's Reese Atkins. Been targeting the tight end several times in this game.
Nice catch by Reese Atkins. He's an Orlando kid, played at Lake Mary High School, played at Eastern Kentucky, a year at UCF last year, and then found a home here at UMass. Really nice catch. And Coach told us they were going to use the tight ends in the blocking scheme, and obviously now in the pass game as well.
They can let the clock go down to end the first quarter if they want to. Just testing Missouri.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Both teams on the scoreboard after the first quarter here in Como. Homecoming night. A 17th straight sellout of Faurot Field, and Missouri leads UMass 14-6. Presented by Dr. Pepper. Truman getting in some push-ups. Missouri up 14-6 at the start of the second quarter. Courtney Lyle, Rini Angolia with you. Homecoming here against a UMass team that these two faced off last year for the very first time. Missouri winning big in Amherst. It's the second part of a home-and-home series between these two. UMass driving. They got a touchdown on their last drive. Missed the PAT. And that pass incomplete from A.J. Hairston. You know, Joe Harris-Simiak, head coach at UMass, was really honest this week with us. He said Tuesday was a horrible practice, probably one of the worst practices that we have had all season. Really challenged the guys. Loved the response. Wednesday was one of the best.
And they got to do the little things right. There were some guys that showed up late for some things, not starting. Told us, when I tell you to wear your white shoes on the trip, it means everyone wears white shoes. Do the little things right, and it'll show up on the field. He's just kind of breaking them down and starting over.
Hairston in trouble, being chased, dumps it off, and that pass is complete, and they'll be able to pick up at least 4 on the play, but there is a flag down at midfield. Tyree Kelly made the grab.
And A.J. Harris is not known for his feet and running, but he can extend plays. He did it right there and completed a pass and avoided a sack.
And Braylon Henderson was getting after A.J. Hairston.
There is no foul for an ineligible player downfield. The pass was behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a good job by the crew. If the pass is behind the line, the offensive linemen, ineligible receivers are only allowed to be 3 yards downfield. Anything past 3 yards, it's ineligible unless the pass is behind the line of scrimmage. It doesn't matter, so they pick up that flag.
Third down, UMass 0 for 3 tonight. And Joe Harris-Simiak's got to call timeout.
UMass, their second of the half. 30-second timeout.
You know, I thought it was really important, you know, even so much so you mentioned that some guys weren't doing the things right and that Joe Harris-Simiak wasn't starting some people. One of those was center Peyton Miller got the start over Benjamin Roy.
Yep.
I mean, he was making big changes. How important is that to set the foundation and the standard in your first year with a program?
Super important. And, you know, the other thing he said to me, too, because the the talk out there's been, and I get it, hey, next week the season starts new. When you get to the MAC conference, everyone's 0-0, which is true, but you still got a game to play in Missouri, and you game plan and you get ready to win. And I think that was some of the apathy on Tuesday's practice, that they were like, it's Missouri, we'll worry about Western Michigan. No. Come here and try to win the game, play your tails off, get better, work hard, and that's, I think, what irritated Coach Harris-Simic. And again, not doing the little things. Something like, if you're supposed to wear white shoes on a road trip, put the dang white shoes on. Listen to your coach. Do the little things.
Third down. Rocco Griffin. And for the first time tonight, UMass will convert a third down.
And because A.J. Harrison can throw the ball and has showed that tonight, completing some passes, it softens the defense up just enough where you can hit it right here, A-gap. Griffin downhill, get behind the pads. Good push by the offensive line, finishing the play, and you get a first down on the ground.
A 7-yard pickup for Griffin. Brandon Hood just replaced him. UMass on the Missouri side of the field. Brandon Hood lunges forward inside the 45, stopped by Josiah Trotter.
What a pickup Josiah Trotter was.
My goodness.
For Missouri. I mean, West Virginia had him. He was basically a 100-tackle guy at West Virginia. He comes here to Missouri, and he's just been phenomenal at that middle linebacker spot.
A redshirt sophomore. And talking with him this week, a mature individual. Sounds way older than just a redshirt sophomore.
Great genes, too. His dad, 4-time Pro Bowler. Jeremiah's brother in the NFL. So, pretty good family there. All linebackers, by the way.
Harrison in trouble. Gets rid of it with pressure coming right at his face. Max Dowling was the only one in range of catching that, and here comes a third down.
Yeah,
Sterling Webb and Zion Young with the pressure.
Yeah, that pressure was backing him. Good job just to throw it away. Goes incomplete. And Zion Young right there, number 9. I mean, he might not get sacks, but he moves quarterbacks off their spot, puts a lot of pressure on them. And he gets sacks.
He's got 2 sacks this year. Come on.
He had 9 quarterback pressures last week and SEC D lineman of the week.
Oh goodness, Brandon Hood just slipped. Khalil Jacobs made sure he was down.
And big Chris McClellan, number 7. I love the D tackles, the 3 techniques that wear 7. But he's 323 pounds. I mean, he's a run stopper in there. Tough to get movement. See a little stunt in there as well as Khalil Jacobs comes in to make the tackle. But when your defensive line's doing the job they're supposed to, winning at the point of attack, those linebackers can come free like Jacobs did right there to get that TFL.
UMass forced to punt. Kevin Coleman back for the Tigers. Fair catch called for. 12:16 left here in the second quarter. Missouri back on offense. They're up 14-6.
A lot of fun back then. A lot of memories.
Jeff Muir, our statistician, looked it up. Rini, you have 58 mentions in the UMass record book.
Pretty good. I'll take it.
Yeah. As a former running back,
yeah,
when you watch Ahmad Hardy for Missouri, what stands out first?
His effort. Okay, he never gives up. The legs keep moving. And the vision, you can't teach vision to running backs. Either they have it or they don't. He has it, but he has that forward lean, contact balance, everything you want. And great ball security, by the way, as well.
They put him in motion. Prabula connects with Kevin Coleman. Almost automatic, going to be a couple yards short of the marker, stopped by Timmy Heinspier.
I love that little play. They did it last week. You put Ahmad Hardy in motion like you're going to throw him a bubble screen, and then it comes underneath to Coleman, and he gets up the field in the formation. Nice pickup. Really nice play. The eyes all go to Hardy in that motion. Throw it underneath to Coleman. Nice play call by Kirby Moore. Love that design as well.
Somebody might want to look at Kevin Coleman. He has 6 catches already in this game. Hardy driving the pile. past the 25-yard line to move the chains.
No, and I will say, I think it's a good thing that this UMass defense is playing him out hard. You might say, well, that's crazy, because they know they have to come and tackle well, and they got to get a bunch of bodies to him. So I think it's going to bode well for this defense as they transition to MAC play next week.
Just a sophomore, and in this game, he's already gone over 2,000 yards for his career. Tight end Brett Northfleet. Big gain for Mizzou, first down, marked to the 42, 16-yard pickup.
Yeah, Northfleet's known for his blocking. He's a good-sized tight end, 6'6", 260. He can be an end-of-the-line tight end, but slide him into the flat as well. He's got a great catch radius, long arms. Good-looking tight end is Brett Northfleet.
He's got the 7th most tight end touchdowns in Missouri history at 8.
And he's healthy this year, which is a good thing.
Hardy handling it. Picks up only a yard on the play. Stopped by Tyler Martin.
And Marcus White, 16, was there for UMass. He's really stepped up. He's probably been the best defensive lineman for them. He's really stepped up in what's been chaos this season with that defensive front. And I know the coaches are good to see him play. Comes back from behind to finish up on that tackle.
Fabula has time, ran out of time. Dropped by Timmy Heinz-Peter, who already has an INT tonight.
Very active. And we talked about the linebacker group is the healthy ones. So they've actually kind of gotten better each and every week. I think the speed of the game early for the linebacking group was a little fast for them, but it's slowed down. And it's kind of funny because they're playing pretty well against this very good Missouri team.
Heinz-Peter already has 10 tackles, a sack, and an INT.
It's pretty good.
We're in the second quarter. Tavares Jones is in at running back. Fabula dropping back to throw, completes the pass. Marquise Johnson got the first down. Steps out around the 41.
And as good as Kevin Coleman has been this season, I really like Marquise Johnson. Stepped up last week with 7 receptions, and now this week, again, another couple coming across. He's a good size receiver with good speed, and it's a good 1-2 punch with Coleman.
A 17-yard pickup, but watching that play get upfield. This is Tavares Jones, and Marquise Johnson, going back to him, he's a guy that's been working to be more than just a deep ball guy. The intermediate throws, he wants to be able to catch those.
And be more consistent, and he's one of those third-year players that's just developed and gotten better each and every year in the system. That's how you build a culture. Like, you recruit, you keep, roster retention's huge, and then you add some pieces. You sprinkle in some portal guys, which Eli Drinkwitz has done here.
2nd and 7 inside the 40. They fake it to Hardy. Fabula's still going. And remember, a guy that was known for running, they would put him in running situations when he was a quarterback at Penn State.
And really fooled a bunch of guys. Rashad Henry, 19, kind of went with that play fake. Didn't know where what Tim Grant Randall did as well. And Fabula just nice and calm, rolls out, picks up some yards with his feet, and makes this a very third manageable here, 3rd and 3.
This will be the 10th play of the drive, and Missouri tonight 4 for 5 on 3rd down.
And then they have 2 downs to pick this up if they don't happen to get it here on 3rd down.
Tavares Jones is lined up behind Fabula. Northfleet in motion. And they blow that play dead. I think a timeout was called.
Timeout, Missouri, the first of the half.
Eli Drinkwitz wants to talk about it. 6:59 on the clock here in the second quarter.
Gonna be this good. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the dude's running through people like he's a dump truck. I mean, he's a Clydesdale amongst a bunch of fillies. It's unbelievable. I mean, how he scored on the one run when he left his feet, came back and had balance and scored. I mean, I ain't never seen that on tape before. So, dude's special.
Ahmad Hardy's favorite player growing up was Marshawn Lynch, and it's safe to say Ahmad Hardy goes beast mode frequently.
He's like a souped-up dump truck, more like an F-550, right?
They might have him over here in this end zone if there's construction going on. But you look at, I was curious too, Ahmad Hardy's numbers compared to Ashton Genty last year for Boise State. The workload maybe a little bit less, but hey, not bad.
It's a great comparison. I saw Genty in person last year. I love the comparison, Court.
Hardy gets the handoff. Still going. Just dances through the defense inside the 20.
You know, when we talked to offensive coordinator Kirby Moore, I said if this was the early 90s when I played, Ahmad Hardy would carry the ball 30, 35 times a game. That's what you did with your star backs. They don't do it anymore, but they did say we'd like to get them about 20 touches a game, and that's what they aim for.
Kevin Coleman. He might have 20 touches a game in this one. That's his 7th catch.
And simple stuff, right? Again, I've said it. Take what the defense gives you underneath. And again, he's tough to tackle in space, and just get it to him and let him work. And Bo Pavila knows that too. I mean, receivers like that, quarterback's best friend. Easy pitch and catch, put him in space and let him go.
Was an All-SEC third-team selection last year at Mississippi State. They pitch it out to Hardy. Stopped by Heinz-Peter.
Yeah, Heinz-Peter's just falling over. Might have used the legs a little bit, but when you're trying to tackle Ahmad Hardy, use any piece of your body that you can get him down, and a little bit of a leg trip here. If they don't call it, it's not a foul.
You know, we asked Eli Drinkwitz, when did you know, and Kirby Moore, their offensive coordinator, that Ahmad Hardy was good. He said about the second scrimmage, they let him go live, and they realized, man, he's pretty good.
Because they don't go live that much anymore. And then when they did, they're like, holy cow, we got something real special here.
Driving his way forward, marked short of the goal line. Stopped by Tyler Martin. And Connor Tollison, their center, told us too that Ahmad Hardy was a guy he was talking, saying, nobody can tackle me, nobody can tackle me. And Connor told us this week, he said, I saw it in the game, nobody can tackle this guy.
You know, he was talking the talk, but guess what? He walks the walk, backs it up. And I'm not a betting man, but I'm going to be shocked if 29 doesn't get the ball in his hands again right here.
He's got 13 carries already. 14th play of the drive. End zone, touchdown for 29, Ahmad Hardy.
And even if a linebacker comes free, which happened right there, I will take Ahmad Hardy over a free linebacker every day of the week, that he's going to gain a yard, lower the shoulders, and get it in the end zone.
14 carries, 80 yards, by the way, for Ahmad Hardy. Oh, and 2 rushing touchdowns. That's just tonight.
Just in the first half.
You know, casual. Robert Meyer hits the PAT. It's 21-6, MIZ.
Follow the big offensive line. Connor Tollison, give it to Hardy. Linebacker free, no matter. Hardy finds pay dirt. Mizzou leads it on homecoming, 21-6.
The second time tonight, and Missouri is up 21-6 on a UMass here on homecoming. Well, for 20 years, Allstate has celebrated every field goal and extra point made at participating universities by donating to the university's Athletic Scholarship Fund, supporting all student athletes. Thank you, Allstate. So UMass with the ball, they got a touchdown that had a PAT blocked in the first quarter.
Yeah, but honestly, against competition like Missouri, if you're a UMass fan, pretty happy. I mean, you know, obviously you're down, but like you've seen some positive things that honestly you really haven't seen from them to this point, like especially against this competition. So again, it's a pride thing. You just got to keep working, get better with every single rep, especially A.J. Harrison. He's still a young quarterback. He's only a redshirt freshman.
And just his second career start. He's the 3rd different quarterback that UMass has started this season, and has a touchdown pass tonight. Rocco Griffin. to the 31-yard line.
And I was going to say, too, the Mizzou fans that are watching, we see kickoffs now from a tee. They were drop kicking last week. We asked Eli Drinkwitz about that. He said, we're going to go away from it. I got a feeling they're going to get back to it once they get into the heart of SEC conference play, because those are hard kickoffs to handle, those drop kicks. So another little
Keep
tool.
it in the back pocket?
Yep, exactly.
They'll put Griffin in motion. Harrison slings it out to the flat, and Mizzou immediately met Gibson. There is a flag out as Gibson broke a tackle. Stephen Hall over there from Missouri.
Yeah, I think UMass might have had an illegal formation. Not enough guys on the line of scrimmage. But you're going to decline this if you're Missouri, if that is the penalty, because you got a TFL.
Illegal shift, offense. 2 players moving at the same time and did not get set. The penalty is declined. 3rd down.
And we'll take a look at it. You see movement there, and then he goes in motion. You can't do that. You got to be set for a count. He wasn't. And the play got blown up anyway, so obviously the declining.
UMass 1 for 5 on 3rd down. Hairston trying to move away from pressure, still kept his eyes downfield. It pays off. That's a 1st down as it's caught at the 40 by Donnie Gray, a guy that has been challenged big time, transferred in from Northwestern.
And they've been 3rd, 10, and longer all year, and that's just a disaster. This time, they're able to pick it up as Hairston's floating to the left. Talk about his arm strength. Gets it to Donnie Gray. And a big 3rd down conversion for the Minutemen.
Second time they've converted a 15-yard pickup there.
Yeah. And that is not going to make defensive coordinator Corey Batoon very happy whatsoever.
Rocco Griffin spinning up the field.
And we talked to offensive coordinator Mike Bajakian about 1st down, right? You always hear me say you got to be on schedule on 1st down. And on schedule is 3-4 yards. UMass has done that a couple times, and a nice 4-yard pickup there. Doesn't seem like much, but when you really struggle to get 1st downs, that 4 yards on 1st down puts you in a much better advantage to get a 1st down and keep drives alive.
Clock ticking. Don't forget we'll have a 2-minute timeout. Oh, goodness. Hairston backing up, gets rid of it. Missouri's defense getting after Hairston. Darius Smith had to sit out last year with an injury, tore his ACL in fall camp, but before that spent 2 seasons at Georgia. He was a part of that 2022 national championship team.
And coach has said, great athlete. He's an elite edge rusher as well. They got about 4 guys that can really rush off the edge, and Darius Smith is one of them. He's 6'5", 240, he's bulking up, but he can run.
Intentional grounding, offense number 8. So loss of down at the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
You know, now if you're a UMass fan, you're beside yourself because you're like 24. Rocco Griffin was in the area. We've seen referees not call that. Now, he did intentionally ground the ball right into the ground, so I don't have a problem with that call, but Griffin was somewhere in the vicinity, but it's the proper call by this SEC crew.
So 3rd and a lot coming up. They got to get to the 50. Hairston will give it to Brandon Hood. No room.
Yeah, and Missouri will take a timeout here.
Well, it's a 2-minute.
But I think he might have called one before. Let's see if he got it in before.
Okay.
Timeout, Missouri. Their 2nd of the half. 30-second timeout.
They're going to have to reset the clock here. The official will tell them see what time they got that time out. Probably like 2:04,
Please reset the game
2:05.
clock to 2 minutes and 8 seconds. 2:08.
So why call that timeout there if you're going to have the 2-minute timeout?
Because you save yourself 8 seconds. So you get this timeout.
Thank you.
You can't take him in the locker room with you. He's got 2, so you use 1. Punt it here. It gives you an extra play, maybe 2 plays.
I want to let you know, kick off your Week 4 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown Crew on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. Kevin Coleman back from Missouri. That's a beautiful punt by Keegan Andrews. Fielded around the 21-yard line, a 49-yard punt. Didn't want to spoil it for you, but now you can kick off your Week 4 NFL Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown Crew on ESPN and the all-new ESPN app. And then next week we'll have a couple of Monday Night Football games for you. Jets and Dolphins, AFC East rivals will square off. That'll be at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. And then Bengals Broncos, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. And of course you can see both of those on the all-new ESPN app.
I got to start watching Sunday Countdown more because my fantasy team stinks this year. I play with my family, my daughters, my wife. They're all kicking my behind.
Well, Bo Prabula back out on offense. He's 7 for his last 7 for 70 yards. Make it 8 for 8 as Kevin Coleman has his 8th catch tonight.
2-minute timeout.
We step aside here in Como.
College football. There's no better passion and pride and tragedy of any sports.
Homecoming game for Missouri. They're up 21-6 on UMass. 2 rushing touchdowns already tonight for Ahmad Hardy. Bo Prabula has completed 8 passes in a row. He'll be dropped, and then comes the flag. Marcus White got to the quarterback. It's going to be a hold on Missouri.
And you'll decline that because you got a sack, so you don't want to give him another down, especially in 2-minute situation. Yeah, you definitely don't want to give him another down. So the line judge talking to Joe Harris-Simiak.
Holding. Offense number 56. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
I'm surprised it took that long to decline. A little something missed in communication there, but good effort by this defensive line, again, who's been challenging. This is a pride thing here for UMass. You don't want to give up any points before halftime, and for Bo Prabula in Missouri, you want to get some points, get this 2-minute offense rolling here.
Missouri has converted its last 5 third down attempts. They're 6 for 7 on the night. Prabula will dump it off to Jamal Roberts.
Tried to stretch the field there. Good job on the back end by UMass. You cannot get beat over the top. Give the underneath pass, come up, make a tackle short of the line to gain, and it's a good defensive stand for the Minutemen.
Yeah, so for just the 2nd time tonight, Missouri does not convert on 3rd down.
Wouldn't surprise me if they went after this punt. They've got some things schemed to try to block punts. They blocked one against Iowa.
Connor Wesselman on to punt. Gibson is back for UMass. He calls for the fair catch. Well, coming up at halftime on SEC Digital, you can watch Marching Mizzou as they take the field at the half here in Columbia. Don't forget to start the 2nd half. Missouri will get the ball. Scored 14 points in the 1st quarter and then had another Ahmad Hardy touchdown here in the 2nd quarter. For UMass, A.J. Hairston with his first passing touchdown, the first passing touchdown of the season for UMass.
You got nothing to lose here with 119, but you got to be careful because you can't have a turnover here. So I think first down, something high percentage, try to get a little yardage and then go.
Hairston, middle of the field, threw it behind the receiver, which was actually Jawan Price, who was coming out of the backfield, the running back in.
And those are those hard catches because it is behind, but that's almost disaster, right? Because you turn, you don't make the catch, you pop it up in the air. That's one the defense can intercept and take it back. And tough catch, though, and if you're A.J. Hairston, that's a check down. You got to get it on his outside shoulder, lead him away from the middle.
Lofting it up in the air. Jake McConaughey was the intended target and overthrew it.
Yeah, nice coverage. And now you're third down. You haven't taken any time off the clock. Missouri still has a timeout, so you're looking to give the ball back to Missouri here before the half ends. So be curious what they do here. If it's me, high percentage, would you call a draw or a screen? See if you can pick it up, force Missouri to use that last timeout. But the way the season's going, it could be just guns a-blazing here. Try to give A.J. Hairston some time and let him spin it downfield.
He's known for his arm talent. Just quickly has to dump it off to Elijah Faulkner. Well short of the line to gain. He's marked at the 39-yard line, stopped by Catalan.
Of the half, 30-second timeout.
By Khalil Jacobs and Jalen Catalan.
Well, and Jalen Catalan comes like out of a rocket from that rover. They call it a rover. It's a strong safety. Number 5, just going to read it perfectly. Read it and react, and he does just that. Watch this, boom, hello. That's called, we used to call that back in the early days, blood alley. You come down as a safety, and you take people out, and that's exactly that good, hard, clean hit from Jalen Catalan, who was an All-American last year at UNLV. One of those portal pieces I talked about earlier that they've implemented here at Mizzou, and it's paid huge dividends.
Well, he's also been voted a captain by his teammates, and this is, he's been at UNLV, he was at Texas, he also was at Arkansas. He's at his 4th different school, and the coaching staff told us he's a quiet guy, but he leads by action. He's always in the building, and the veterans took notice of that, and that's why he was voted captain. Works hard. Kevin Coleman is back for Missouri as Keegan Andrews on to punt for UMass.
It's like deja vu. We were just here like 2 minutes ago. So see if Andrews can put another good punt off.
UMass calls timeout.
UMass, their 3rd and final of the half. 30-second timeout.
Well, coming up tonight, 10:15 Eastern on ESPN, our Week 5 college football schedule capped off by Coach Prime and Colorado hosting number 25 BYU. It's also available on the all-new ESPN app.
Not the year Coach Prime was hoping for, but listen, you lose a lot of good players. You got to fight through it.
A little Big 12 after that.
I like it. BYU just kind of flying under the radar there. 25th in the nation. Kalani Sitake, really good coach, good program. It's a good game. Late night, Big 12.
Also keeping an eye on that Alabama-Georgia game. Remember, Missouri has a bye week next week, but then they'll play Alabama. Crimson Tide up 17-7 right now. Coleman signaling fair catch. Well, Ahmad Hardy, 14 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns, Reenie.
And got a little banged up early in the game. Good that he came back in again. Let's just call him the dump truck, since Eli Drinkowitz said that. It just bounces off players. Just kind of smooth in the open field, but then he lowers the hammer, gets behind those pads. You'll hear me say running behind his pads. What does that mean? Just good forward lean. Shoulder pads lead the way, and then again, you're not stopping him at the 1-yard line. He smells the goal line and puts it in there, and another good game. It's just a first half to this point.
You combined with what Hardy's done to Bo Prabula, who's 9 for his last 9 through the air. A complete attack for Missouri. This is Jamal Roberts bouncing off defenders. They're giving forward progress to the 24-yard line. Somebody lost a shoe out on the field.
All kinds of things flying around. Body parts, shoes, running backs bouncing off people. And if you're UMass, defense just got to stop. Got to do it again. And it was Robert's shoe.
He got it back. Brett Norfleet with the catch, falling forward, and that's a first down for Missouri.
And remember, we're under 2 minutes, so we go back to old timing rules. Out of bounds, stops the clock, will not start until the snap, and it will stop in play for a first down to set the chain. So no timeouts left for Missouri.
And remember, they get the ball to start the second half.
Looking to try to get a 2-for-1. Just try to get down there, give your kicker a shot to put 3 on the board.
Prabula, 10 straight completions. This one to Jamal Roberts. Really close to the marker. They'll give it to him. First down. And they stop the clock.
Quick spike, so 10 seconds. Trying to get, 25 yards, I think. Could give your kicker a shot here. Now, the only thing is, if you do it in the middle of the field, I just don't think you don't have enough time. They're going to stop. It stops the clock. It's going to be close. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. Preferably get something towards the boundary and get out of bounds.
Norfleet makes the grab. He does get out of bounds to the 47-yard line, still on the Missouri side of the field.
So with 6 seconds, you're kind of right on the line of 1 or 2 plays. But what you did do is you got close enough to midfield where Bo Prabula can do a Hail Mary and reach the end zone.
And you see UMass, they've sent their defense all the way back to the end zone. Back to Norfleet. Got the first down. There's 1 second on the clock. And he's marked at the 40 on the UMass side of the field.
So if you go for a field goal, it's about a 58-yarder from here if they try it. The kicker was kicking 58-yarders.
Yeah, so really interesting.
Yeah.
Robert Meyer is their normal kicker, but they've also been working Oliver Robbins there, who's handled some kickoffs. But it looks like instead they're going to try a shot. No chance for Bo Prabula to get a throw off. And that takes us to halftime, and Joe Harasimiak fired up with his defense.
It's passion and fire that he hasn't seen from his team this year yet, and he's seen it from the defensive line. I know they're down 21-6, but the season has been so rough. It's a good finish of the half for the team, for UMass.
Missouri will get the ball to start the second half. They are up 21-6 here at halftime in Columbia.
Just no explosive plays, right? So I know the Missouri fans probably aren't happy with this score, but Mott Hardy just did a Mott Hardy thing, right? Runs hard. Line of scrimmage was controlled by the O-line. Just not those real big explosive plays. I would expect Missouri to come out in this second half, try to drop the hammer, maybe open it up a little bit more and try to widen this game out early here in the third quarter.
Missouri had 13 plays of 10 or more yards, just 1 play of 20 or more yards, and that was a 30-yard run by Jamal Roberts. But don't count out the pass game, too, because Bo Prabula has completed his last 12 passes in this game, and his favorite target tonight has been Kevin Coleman Jr., who has 8 catches and 8 targets.
And he's been great with the intermediate pass. I would expect possibly to try to stretch the field a little bit because everything's been underneath. I think they can get on top of the secondary for UMass, so I'd watch for that. And I definitely think they're going to leave Ahmad Hardy in there at least for a series, try to get him 100. That's the benchmark all running backs want to get per game. But we'll see. We'll see what Eli Drinkwitz decides to do here. Start the second half.
And Missouri will get the ball to start the second half. Marcus Lai to kick off. And it's a short kick. Field around the 35-yard line.
And they try to do that little pooch sky kick. Only problem is you give up a lot of field position right there. Good job by Missouri to come up, make that fair catch, and a good starting spot for their offense here.
Yeah, and they do that for a Missouri offense that is 6th in the nation in total offense. This is a Missouri team who is top 10 in both offense and defense.
Yeah.
A very complete team.
And listen, they're playing a good game tonight. I just think if you're a Mizzou fan, you look at the score and you're like, oh, it should be bigger. They're doing what they need to do. It's just the margin probably isn't what you thought it should be, but we'll see what they do in the second half. They could drop the hammer here.
Pribula hands it off to Ahmad Hardy. And it's a Missouri team who all week they have been preaching no relief syndrome.
Yeah.
You have to have respect for this opponent. You can't look ahead to the bye week and then a waiting Alabama team on the other side of that.
Yeah, and again, in that first half, give the UMass defense credit. I mean, they flew around the ball. They made some plays. They're playing tough tonight.
They pull it from Ahmad Hardy and go back to Kevin Coleman for his 9th catch. Tackle made by Kendall Bourne. Still need 2 more yards for the first down.
And Bourne's one of the safety. He's been hurt this year, so he's back in healthy. And it shows when you can get some guys back. Good explosion on the ball by Bournes to make that tackle. Put it to 3rd down here.
Missouri 7 for 9 tonight on 3rd down. A UMass defense, by the way, that's missing about 6 guys who contribute big time, who are out for this game. Hardy looking for room on the outside. Breaking tackles left and right. How did he make it past the 50?
12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends at the wings, and just outside zone. And made about 4 guys miss. Not a huge run, but this is what he does. 1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys. How about a 4th right here? Goodbye. And Hardy has a great use. That wasn't a stiff arm that time. It's just kind of a slam with that left arm, but just as effective.
Ahmad Hardy first in the nation in YAC, yards after contact. 76% of his total yards are after contact. This time they pitch it to Coleman. Cuts back inside. He's just weaving left and right. Marks just past the 30. And there might be a hold.
Yeah. There definitely was a hold on the outside.
On Keegan Trost.
Yeah, this is going to come back. Get a great look at it. We got a great shot
There's
at
no foul for offensive holding.
Wow, okay.
First down.
So they picked it up. Yeah, it looked like a hold to me. They're going to pick it up, and let's take a look at it here. Watch, big 79. See that arm, that right arm wrapped around the takedown? That's 99% of the time it's holding. That 1%, it's not right there. So for Missouri, you're happy. They pick it up.
Johnson in motion. They fake it to Hardy. Little pitch and catch out to Jude James, one of their tight ends, a redshirt freshman out of St. Charles, Missouri.
And I love that they put Bo Pribula on the move because it's a run threat option right there, right? He's got receivers low, intermediate, and then he can always run the ball too. So it just gives him a lot of options there.
Something to keep an eye on, Rainey, too. Ahmad Hardy needs 6 more yards for 100.
Yeah.
6 straight games for him with 100 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. He's got the touchdown. In fact, he's got 2 of them tonight. Hardy picks up 2, stopped by Darion Craig. Ahmad Hardy starting out his career at Louisiana Monroe, a guy that was the 153rd best running back in his class. And now some people are saying put his name in the Heisman consideration.
Yeah, no, with the numbers, you definitely have to. Now, his head coach last year, Brian Vincent, we talked to him. He thought he had a chance of keeping him. Unfortunately, we kind of knew he's probably going to go somewhere bigger. Landed here at Missouri.
Mizzou is glad he did. Ahmad Hardy 3 times in the end zone tonight. And he's over 100 yards. A 16-yard touchdown run for Ahmad Hardy.
Again, breaking tackles, making people miss, and it's pretty fitting that he goes over 100 on the night on that run and puts it in the end zone. If I'm Eli Drinkwitz, Ahmad Hardy is not going to watch the rest of this game from the bench. I mean, got his 100, 3 touchdowns. Pretty good.
Ties his career high. Robert Meyer on for the point after. Ahmad Hardy, 3 touchdowns on the night, 112 yards on the ground. This guy's a stud. Homecoming parade earlier today. The Mizzou basketball team getting in on the action too, and they're gonna like that drive coming out of the locker room, Rini. You saw Ahmad Hardy tie his career high with 3 rushing touchdowns tonight, and also he's gone over 100 yards. So that is 7 straight games with 100 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. And we have the best view of this last touchdown.
So Zachary Ferris, 29, the boundary safety is going to come, and A for effort, but he played at Dartmouth last year, which was the Ivy League. They didn't have running backs coming downhill like that in the Ivy League. Look at this court, look at this pylon camera.
Amazing!
Love it.
Right at you.
I talk about pad level, running behind your pads. Exhibit A right there, and take on the safety. Did his best, but Ahmad Hardy's winning that battle.
As a former running back, Rini is about to explode out of this booth watching Ahmad Hardy. So now UMass offense getting the ball for the first time in this second half. It's Elijah Faulkner, true freshman out of Pittsburgh.
And Catalan flying around again. And so looks like there's a little bit more of a pep to the step of this Mizzou defense as well.
A Mizzou defense that's 8th in the nation. UMass only had 61 total yards in the first half. Play action for Hairston, who got his 2nd career start tonight, and that pass incomplete.
And that's where, listen, I know it was behind Tyree Kelly. It's a tough catch, but you got to snap that head around, and when you're in a game like this, you got to make plays. Again, tough catch, not totally blaming them, but you got to come out of your route, because these edge rushers are going to get upfield. They're going to make him throw it a beat quicker than he has to.
A.J. Hairston tonight, 8 for 18, 49 yards and a touchdown. They missed a PAT. It was blocked in the first quarter. Hairston throwing it up. Pass incomplete, looking for Donnie Gray. Brings up 4th down. Toriano Pride Jr. in coverage. He's coming off a season-high 3 tackles in that win against South Carolina, and A.J. Hairston trying to high step after a hit.
And that's what this defense does. If they don't get a sack.
Foul, face mask, offense number 72. Penalty is declined, 4th down.
Ooh, and that did not look fun.
No, and it was Zion Young, and we talked about Zion Young. If he's not sacking a quarterback, he's getting hits on him, he's getting him off his spot, and that pressure forces this throw before he wants to, so you hope A.J. Hairston's okay. It was good to see him kind of shake it off, and you see him nodding his head. But, yeah, it looks like this Mizzou defense getting after it a little more sense of urgency here this second half. A little statement to make this second half, I believe.
Kevin Coleman out to return this punt from Keegan Andrews. Fair catch called for. Ahmad Hardy on the last drive got his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. Now, at the start of the day, Rini, we had a production meeting this morning, and you gave us some Heisman sleepers. Now, a lot has happened today.
Correct.
Some people may have woken up.
Let's see, and it was all on the fly in our production meeting, so there was no looking things up. It was just straight, and Ahmad Hardy was one of our sleepers. Now
we're going to dangle the carrot. That's
we'll
a tease.
dangle the carrot, but with 100 yards tonight, and he's still in there. Which
are you surprised by that?
A little bit, but
Brett Norfleet makes the grab at the 25-yard line. Tackled by Darion Craig.
And we're going back to Hardison. He's now over 700 yards on this season and 9 touchdowns and counting because he's still in there. So he's definitely an under-the-radar Heisman guy. I mean, you haven't heard him at all, but with these numbers in the SEC and an undefeated team, how can he not at least be in the conversation as an under-the-radar guy? In my opinion. Running back biased, I know. But it's good.
You're an All-American running back. I think
Well,
you
I could
get
be running back bias. Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you,
exactly.
Courtney. Thank you.
Hardy cuts back inside. Falling forward just short of the 35-yard line. Chambray Jackson with the tackle. And Eli Drinkwitz told us that, yeah, the question was, could his game translate? But what he didn't realize was that his personality was going to be, he was going to be a guy that others wanted to play with and play for. Brought them together.
And again,
Just a sophomore.
And a running back that runs that hard, I'm telling you, offensive linemen see that, they love it, and it makes them more motivated to play harder at the line of scrimmage.
And this is a very good Missouri offensive line.
Timmy Heinz-Peter didn't make that tackle, but he caused it. He got there quick, slowed Ahmad Hardy down, and let his teammates get there. And they're going to force a punt. You can see Ahmad Hardy not happy that they didn't get that first down.
They've been really good on third down tonight, but not able to convert there. And so Connor Wesselman on to punt. Missouri now 8 for 11 on third down. Gibson calls for the fair catch. So UMass will be on offense when we come back to Como. The Tigers up 28-6.
Might this show me be showing us the way to the college football playoff? 6 home games to start the season. Perfectly placed ranked opponents. A quarterback post from CFP participant Penn State. One eye of the Tiger is on September, but the other is already looking toward December.
And a Missouri team that definitely has shown potential of being a college football playoff team. We were talking about Heisman sleepers, and this is how we started the day. We were thinking these guys were in the mix, Rini, but a lot's happened.
To me, they're not sleepers anymore. We know what Hardy's doing tonight. Jeremiah Love, 4 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 2 on the ground in the first half against Arkansas. Diego Pavia, 5 touchdowns, and Joey Aguilar, overtime win for your Tennessee Vols. I mean, I think they're not sleepers anymore. I'm going to put them on the Heisman watch list, okay? My watch list.
I think, too, we need to get Ahmad Hardy out of the sleeper category.
That's what I mean. I'm going to take, I think all 4 of those guys are now out of the sleeper category. Let's cross them out. They're all in there. I just think with the game that all 4 of these guys had, no more sleepers. Let's just put them on the regular watch list.
UMass just 63 total yards of offense. Pass incomplete. Jalen Catalon getting up in A.J. Hairston's face.
I mean, gets right in the face of A.J. Hairston, forces that incomplete pass. And Jalen Catalon's played really good this game, and especially the second half. And then free run, running back doesn't step up and block him, releases, and lucky it wasn't a sack there. Hairston was able to just throw it incomplete. And this is where they've lived all season, third long, and you just can't do that.
UMass came into the game only converting 28% of the time on third down. Tonight, they're 2 for 9. Hairston to the air through the fingertips of Jake McConaughey, and Mizzou had an opportunity there to swipe it.
And you know what I'm going to say, because I said it earlier, like a broken record. When you get a chance to make a catch, not every catch is going to be easy, especially when you're struggling on offense. You got to help your quarterback out. You got to make this catch. I know it was a little high, but it hit you in the hands, right? In the old days, if you touch it, you can catch it. And I believe McConaughey was past the line to gain. It would have been a first down.
Instead, they have to punt. Kevin Coleman is back for Missouri. And Coleman's got to back up. Backs up to the 15. Falls forward to the 26-yard line. Let's take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Prudential. Taking a look at the top 10 teams.
I mean, Alabama is like Georgia. I don't know if Alabama holds on to win then. They're like Georgia's kryptonite. It's kind of unreal
So
when you think
interesting.
about it, right?
And 6 losses Kirby Smart has to Alabama, I think.
Yeah. And how about that Florida State-Virginia game last night? That was something.
That
right?
was insane. I did talk to Chris Budden, who is a Mizzou alum.
She's
She
okay.
is okay after being the sideline reporter in that game, and the field storming scene was incredible.
Good for Tony Elliott. He's been through so much at Virginia.
They're still handing the ball off to Ahmad Hardy as he makes it to the 32-yard line before Malcolm Green makes the stop.
Yeah, maybe 200's the number they want to get.
Maybe.
I thought maybe 100, 3 touchdowns. Let's keep them rested. And bye week next week before Alabama comes to town.
Almost clotheslined by Iguanagu.
And we talk about the 6 straight home games. And a bye week's in there. It's really 7 straight weeks at home. It's really great for time management. And Eli Drinkwitz said something interesting, and I agree with him. This many games in a row home, it's tough on your fan base.
Yeah.
Because it's like every week, it's like, all right, we got to go, we got to go, we got to go. And they're probably looking for a bye week. The fans need a bye week next week.
Yeah, back-to-back night games here for the Missouri faithful. They toss it out to Daniel Blood. And that should be enough to move the chains. 18 straight completions now for Bo Prabula, the second most in Missouri history. Chase Daniel completed 20 in a row back in 2008.
Chase Daniels, one of our colleagues now at ESPN. He's on, I think, one of the late night calls tonight, so his record could fall here. Let's see.
Or we just gave it the announcer, James.
Well, I didn't mean it.
Nope. Still going on as that pass is caught by Tavares Jones.
What a catch by Jones.
Wow.
An excellent throw by Prabula, too. He drops it right in the bucket. Look at this, right? I mean, it's good coverage. Doesn't turn around, turns around late, but I mean, he puts the ball right there. Excellent throw by Bo Prabula, and dare I say, we're 1 away. 19 in a row.
And something they wanted to see from Bo this week, yes, he's got talented legs,
Yes.
he's mobile, but can he stay in the pocket and force the ball downfield? We're seeing that. This time he had to try to go.
Sacked on the play.
And dropped, sacked by this UMass defense, who already has 3 sacks tonight, make it 4.
And it's unreal to say. They only had 4 sacks all year coming into this game, including playing an FCS Bryant team. They have 4 tonight against Missouri. So obviously, defensive line, defensive front for UMass, although down 28-6, playing much better than they have this season.
Hardy's turn.
At 29, Ahmad Hardy, the ball carrier.
Marks the 45-yard line, stopped by Tyler Martin.
And Martin's one of those third-year players that's been in the program, playing much better, faster in that linebacker spot. They've been moving him around, putting him in some better spots.
And transferred in from Arizona. He's 3rd on the team in tackles this year. Definitely see him playing with more confidence this year. Had a pick 6 against Bryant. 3rd and 11. Prabula out of the pocket. Throwing to Coleman. It's a catch. And that ties the school record of 20 straight completions.
A tremendous job by Kevin Coleman. Prabula keeps the play alive. They're going to go tempo here, but an excellent job by Coleman to come back, make that catch on the sideline.
Snap gets away from Prabula. He just has to fall on it at the 45.
And they haven't gone tempo. I think they actually went tempo. They wanted to keep replay out of it from taking a look at it. That's what I think, because they haven't gone tempo all game. And you get the bad snap and the big loss there.
There's also a player for UMass who is down, way downfield, inside the 20. I think it's Kendall Bournes. Let's get another look at this catch by Kevin Coleman on the previous play.
Good throw by Prabula. Coleman goes up. Yeah, got that left foot down. Actually, would have been good on Sunday. Dragged that right foot as well. Had 2 feet in. Excellent concentration on the sideline.
He also had a shoe untied.
Yeah.
Still got a foot down.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Kevin Coleman has 11 catches for 100 yards tonight. 6th career game with 100 receiving yards. Targeted 11 times, 11 catches. 12 catches.
That's that little inside screen where you put the running back out. That time it was Jamal Roberts trying to get the eyes of the defense going there underneath.
And a new record
Yeah.
for Missouri. 21 straight completions tonight for Bo Prabula.
Chase Daniel, if you're watching, he's on the Idaho game tonight. Your record was just broken, but that's what they're made to be broken, right? That's the way it is.
Inside of 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Just off the fingertips of Jamal Roberts, Prabula had no choice as Michael Pinguero was sprinting at him.
Yeah, and he felt it and saw that pressure and was able to drop it off, but UMass defense is going to get another stop again. Pressure comes from the outside, and really the coverage was good, which allowed the pressure to get there, get this ball thrown away, and it's going to force a punt because it's 4th and 14. If it was 4th and 6 or 7, I think Eli Drinkwitz would go for it here, but 4th and 14, he's going to punt it away.
Oh, and this one bounces inside the 5. UMass is going to start way back. They mark it at the 3-yard line. Back here in Columbia. Tonight after the primetime game between Kentucky, South Carolina on the SEC Network, we'll have SEC football final with Dari, Chris Doring, Benjamin Watson. They'll take you through all the biggest stories of the day, break down all the games. It's also available on the all-new ESPN app.
It's a great show. I watch those guys a lot, that SEC final.
I'm sure they'll have an update, too, on Alabama, Georgia, and how this plays out. Alabama's up 24-14. We mentioned that because this Missouri team, they're going to have a bye next week, but then their second SEC game of the season is against Alabama here in Como.
Yeah, it's a big one, to say the least. And even bigger if Alabama holds on and beats Georgia.
Harrison running for his life. Pass tipped up into the air. Khalil Jacobs was in range. Zion Young was the one that got after it.
We're close to seeing a pick 6 in the end zone. Yeah, you don't really see that. And you talked about Zion Young. I mean, he's 6'5", long arms. If he's not sacking, he's putting pressure, he's tipping balls. And that was one of the things, points of emphasis, Corey Batoon, the defensive coordinator, told us, we want you guys to be handsy and tip balls. So they got a big tip right there from Zion Young.
Yeah, he's the SEC Defensive Lineman of the Week, one of the emotional leaders of this defense, a captain. Stop made by Marquise Grissel. Graciel.
And that looked like a zone read where A.J. Harrison needs to pull that and keep the ball and just gives it to Hood, and not much there. And, you know, in the old days when you were pinned down inside your 5, you had to get some push with that offensive line, try to pick up 1 first down, at least give your punter some room. And just tough sledding for that UMass offensive line against this very good Missouri defensive front.
Hairston intercepted. Santana Banner picks off A.J. Hairston.
And that time, A.J. Hairston had some time in the pocket, but just tremendous coverage for Missouri, and Santana Banner right there, 15. Good, rolls to the right just a little bit and just tries to fire it in there and had the crosser. But you see 4 Missouri defenders just underneath. There's really nowhere to go with this ball, and when you've struggled to score points on the year, you're going to force balls in there. And Santana Banner is a recipient of the interception and a big hit by Hairston on top of it.
The transfer from NIU gives Missouri the ball back with excellent field position. Wow, you could hear that thud on Ahmad Hardy by Rashad Henry, and Timmy Heinz-Peter also there.
And Henry's finally healthy. He was banged up earlier in the year, and he comes downhill and puts a pretty hard hit on Ahmad Hardy, one of the hardest you've seen. And you could literally hear it up here in the booth.
Hardy already has 3 rushing touchdowns tonight. Boy, that looked easy. Prabula hitting his tight end, Brett Norfleet. Touchdown, Missouri.
And I said this earlier, when you can, control the line of scrimmage and run the way you did, it's going to come across right here underneath the formation. They're going to roll out Prabula, a little play action nicely, come underneath. You got a couple routes underneath for Prabula, and when you can run the ball the way you do, all the flow goes with Hardy. Come backside with a couple receivers and a tight end in Norfleet, and it's a nice throw by Prabula. It's a good play offensively. Good call by Kirby Moore.
Bo Prabula came into this game 2nd in the conference in completion percentage, and he has been outstanding tonight. Has set the Missouri record for 21 straight completions in a row. He's completed 26 of 29 tonight.
And the thing what I really like about Bo Prabula tonight, he hasn't forced the ball anywhere. He's taken his time. He's gone through his reads, his progressions. He's taken what the defense has given him, and he's spread the ball around really nicely tonight. And to your point earlier, Court, he has made a concerted effort to stay in the pocket a little bit longer and become more of a pocket passer, because he knows he can bail himself out with his feet. Talking to Elijah Drinkowitz, he said, Eli Drinkowitz told us he wants his quarterbacks at least 2 times a game off script to create a first down. Now, you generally think with your feet, but Prabula's like, no, off script can be with a pass as well, and he's done that nicely tonight.
Oliver Robbins to kick this one back to UMass, and they'll just let it go into the end zone. Well, next Saturday, this is the game of the week. It's on ABC and the all-new ESPN app at 7:30 Eastern. Number 2, Miami, and number 8, Florida State in Tallahassee. Could end up determining who wins the ACC. This is the 5th time since 1987 that they've met. That gave Florida State and Virginia last night.
Yeah.
Classic.
The one thing the transfer portal has done, it has spread a lot of talent around the country. And the parity now, it's much better, if you will. So you're going to see teams knock off teams throughout this year. And I think that is really good for college football, the unknown, and you love that about it. And last night was one of them.
A.J. Hairston pulls it, and off the hand of Reese Atkins, his tight end, also off the hand of one of the Missouri defenders, but no pick. Darius Smith with the quarterback pressure.
And I know it's been tough sledding, right, running the ball against this defense, but a few times in the first half where they have had some success with getting some first downs, they had some positive runs on first down, and you just don't want to get away from that. You want to try it, but now you're at 2nd and 10, so now you're off schedule.
UMass only has 14 rushing yards. Remember, this Missouri defense held South Carolina to negative rushing yards last week. Trying to sidearm it out to Jawan Price. It's incomplete.
Tristan Newsom, outside linebacker. Nice job separating the running back from the football. 3rd and 10, just kind of familiar down and distance for the UMass offense this season.
2 for 11 tonight. They're 0 for their last 5 on 3rd down. Oh, Harrison wasn't ready for the snap. Some miscommunication, and a flag is out. Braylon Henderson came firing through and hit Hairston.
Before the snap, false start, offense. Not all 11 players were set. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And that's actually a benefit to UMass if they got called for that false start, because that was a disaster. Obviously not set. UMass offensively and that offensive line got some guys mixed around, some players playing some different positions. They've been banged up as well. Out of sync right there.
Hairston incomplete, nobody in range.
Well, and he just tried to guide the ball to Jaquan Gibson there, and it just floats on him, and he's really lucky it wasn't intercepted because he just kind of put it up there. And that's where, you know, it's almost to the 4th quarter, and I know you're losing big, 35-6, but this is where you bear down right now, and you play hard to the finish, and you make, you know, good plays to get better with each and every rep you have out there, and that's for every player.
Folks is back for Missouri. Dropped it. Picked it back up. Almost tripped. Stayed on his feet. And turns this into something. Still going. Demarion Folks. It could have been disastrous. He muffed it at first.
And that's the one problem with Keegan Andrews. He's actually such a good punter. He outkicks his coverage. And so he drops the punt, and you think, where's the defender? There's no one there. He has time to pick it up, get to the outside, beat, contain, and a big-time return. So when you have a punter with the leg of a Keegan Andrews, you have to get on your horse, and you need to get downfield and make plays. Easier said than done, I get it, but...
So Matt Zollers is on at quarterback, as it's 35-6 here in the 3rd quarter. Zollers, a true freshman, also out of Pennsylvania. So they've got 2 quarterbacks in Bo Prabula, who has been outstanding tonight, and Matt Zollers, both from PA. And they'll hand it off to DeVaris Jones, stopped by Chambray Jackson. And that should tick down the end of the 3rd quarter.
And I was just saying quickly, Zollers has a personal relationship with Bo Prabula from Pennsylvania, so big reason why he came here.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
So Missouri scores 14 points in the 3rd quarter. They are up 35-6 with 1 quarter to go.
Swipe for news and highlights.
Start of the 4th quarter here on homecoming at Missouri. Keeping an eye on that Alabama-Georgia game. Alabama up, but Georgia creeping on them, Reedy. 24-21 right now in the 3rd quarter. It's currently over on ABC. New quarterback in from Missouri. Matt Zollers completes the pass to Donovan Alubade, who is a young guy, a young receiver from Chicago. Played his high school ball at IMG Academy. They're really excited about Alubade.
They say he has all the skills, and he's got a high football IQ for a true freshman. They really like him, and of course Zollers is a true freshman as well, so future looks bright.
But a bootleg, tucks it and runs. Zoller's a guy that's completed every pass that he's attempted this season. Now with the pass on the previous play, 6 for 6 on the year.
6'4", 215, big, strong, good pocket passer, strong arm. Said the one thing he's working on is his touch. He's one of those guys, those young guys that likes to really fire it in all the time. So been working on touch throws with Matt Zollers.
I've been really impressed with his growth and maturity and how he prepares for a game, knowing that he's just one play away. So some valuable reps he can get here. Oh, breaking through a hole is Tavares Jones. All of his carries until tonight against Central Arkansas in their opener.
Yeah, Tavares Jones has some nice explosion too. 5'9", 207. Good stable of running backs here at Missouri. And I know Jones would like to get the payoff here, get it in the end zone.
Well, Missouri's been great in the red zone tonight, 5 for 5 with 5 touchdowns. Jones pushing forward into the end zone for the touchdown. His first TD.
Really nice job by Matt Zollers there to bring that offense down the field. Again, offensive line, right, A-gap, good push, and then Tavares Jones just knows getting to that end zone, lower the pad level. Good job. He got some backup linemen in there as well. Jalen Early, 50, nice job, good push. It's a way to finish off this drive. And so I talked about putting the hammer down in the second half. They've really done that, not with the long vertical stuff, which I thought they might take some shots, but really just hammering and controlling the line of scrimmage with the run game.
And for this Missouri team, they had scored 21 points in the first half, came out of the locker room, and now they've already scored 21 points out of the locker room, still with 13 minutes to play.
Essentially in one quarter, yeah.
So Oliver Robbins will kick it back to UMass after the touchdown by Tavares Jones. And this one into the end zone. Now for our Fansville College football update brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Some wild ones this weekend. Ole Miss holding off LSU.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I was watching that game. I didn't know. I didn't check the scores, but that's a good win for Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. And Tennessee, wow, what a...
Winning in overtime.
Yeah. And then, obviously, we've been talking about Alabama, Georgia. How about Mississippi State, though? Playing much better, right?
Scoreboard.
And, well, listen, good win. Win's a win, especially in the conference, but Jeff Levy making some changes down there in Mississippi State.
Yeah, definitely a fun team to watch, for sure. They pop it up to Jaquan Gibson. So now if you're UMass down 42-6, how are you handling this last 13 minutes?
Well,
they're trying to build some back
correct.
plays
So,
on the horizon.
100% right. You just got to be positive. You got to keep playing hard. They've played extremely hard tonight. Dare I say, you got to get through this last 12 minutes healthy and get ready for your MAC schedule where everyone's 0-0 because you haven't played a MAC game yet. But you just got to finish hard and try to get some productive plays here offensively, get some momentum.
The UMass program that's going back to the MAC. They played football only from 2012 to 2015. Jaquan Gibson has a catch past the 45-yard line.
I think they were kind of like a junior quasi-member of the SEC because when they played an independent schedule, this is the 15th game against an SEC opponent since they transitioned in 2012. So they've played a lot of SEC teams. None on their schedule next year. They got 2 Power 4s. It's UCF and Rutgers, but getting away from SEC moving forward. Probably a good idea.
Well, it hasn't been great.
No.
24-yard pickup, the longest play of the game. A tackle made by Nick DeLoach.
And you said it earlier, Jaquan Gibson, number 2, he's been the best receiver all year. Now, the problem is teams can double team him. They can put a safety over the top of him. But I like that they're targeting Jaquan Gibson right here. Get him a couple catches here in the second half because, again, play to the finish, build some positive momentum, getting you ready for next week. And Western Michigan comes to downtown at Warren McGurk Alumni Stadium in Amherst, Massachusetts.
Yeah, he's got 5 catches tonight. Brandon Hood with the carry for UMass and a flag down.
Illegal formation, offense. More than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And those are the things every team needs to clean up because those are those unforced penalties, right? Illegal formation. Got to have 7 on the line of scrimmage, and that drives coaches nuts because you had a nice 4 or 5 yard gain on first down, and now you're back to around second down, excuse me.
Harrison's pass tipped up into the air. And it was Dante McClellan who tipped it up. He had an 83-yard pick 6, by the way, against Central Arkansas.
And that time, A.J. Harrison just looked right there, never went through a progression, looked right there. When you do that, McClellan, he's just reading your eyes. I mean, lucky he didn't intercept it, jump that route a little better than he did. But you gotta show the defense something else and then come back to it. You can't hone right in on it. But again, just a redshirt freshman.
3rd and long on the way for UMass. Hairston stepping up, letting it go. And that pass short of where Kenyon Massey was.
And Hairston takes a hit once again, and thought maybe there was some green turf in front of him or he could have made a play with his feet, but he's definitely more a thrower than a runner. He likes to throw it downfield.
You know, they went with A.J. Hairston over Grant Jordan, who got the start in their last game. Do you think Hairston is the guy moving forward?
Boy, that is such a great question. So they're going to evaluate. And Brandon Rose, who started, who transferred from Utah, all 3 of them are start-worthy, if that makes sense. They can all win games, but it's a fascinating question that they have to deal with. And Rose is healthy again for next week.
And they got to make that decision before they start MAC play next week. Missouri back on offense. They're up 42-6. Ahmad Hardy. Look at this guy go.
Well, Zachary Ferris is going to have nightmares of Ahmad Hardy as he gets run over. Pylon Cam, just another exceptional night for Ahmad Hardy.
Ties his career high with 3 rushing touchdowns. And now in at quarterback is Tommy Locke, who has never played a walk-on for this Missouri team that they wanted to try to get in this ball game. And he's going to hand it off to Marquise Davis. But Tommy Locke, he arrived in 2021, getting his first action as a Missouri Tiger, has been an outstanding culture guy. And Eli Drinkwitz joked with us, he's an outstanding signaler of the play. He's done that his whole career.
I said, Coach, what are we going to see from him? Give us some attributes. He goes, he can really signal plays, and he's really good. He goes, I'm anxious to see him play as well. Well, now we get to see him play. See if Kirby Moore lets him put one up in the air.
He'll just hand it off again. His cousin Drew Locke is 2nd in Missouri career passing yards and passing touchdowns. Of course, was a 2nd-round pick by the Broncos back in 2019. And his uncle was a 4-year letterman at Missouri and a captain in 89.
Good genes, right?
So cool, but I mean, you need guys like Tommy Locke to set the culture. You need those glue guys in your program.
Exactly. They call him the glue guy, and you're 100% right. You need that. It's great that he gets to play on homecoming on top of it.
5th straight 200 rushing yard game in a row for this Missouri team as they just keep feeding Davis and try to let that clock tick. The Missouri team that's 4-0 for the 3rd straight season, trying to become 5-0 for the first time since 2023.
And now it's a great opportunity to get some players from Missouri some reps, right? Some nice, meaningful game reps that'll pay dividends as the season progresses in the SEC.
Box pass incomplete.
Well, he got the throw, it just couldn't get that completion.
I was trying to find Logan Muckey, who is a captain, another glue guy from Missouri. But now Missouri will punt.
Missouri 11 is now number 98.
Fair catch called for. .8:19 to play here in Como. Missouri up big.
ESPN College Football is presented by Ice Cold Dr. Pepper. College football, it's a pepper thing. And in part by McDonald's.
We've seen the stars out tonight for Missouri. Bo Prabula set a school record, completing 21 straight passes. Ahmad Hardy tied his career high with 3 rushing touchdowns. And Kevin Coleman Jr. had 12 catches tonight in 100 yards.
I mean, it's perfect for Eli Drinkwitz. You get your guys good numbers, a good game, and you still get to put your subs in to get some meaningful reps. Exactly what you want for homecoming.
And UMass has a new quarterback. Grant Jordan, who started their last game, is in at quarterback.
And Grant Jordan, totally different from A.J. Hairston. Dual threat, can make a lot of plays with his feet. Had a career at Yale, transferred over, was really good at Yale. Very athletic, so a different looking quarterback now here in UMass.
He was the starter against Iowa, which was their last game 2 weeks ago before the bye. 9 for 14 for just 37 yards. Tough to play Iowa.
Yep, tough place to play, and just a physical team as well.
Pass tipped up in the air. Incomplete. But now you think, too, coaching staff wants to get a look at both of these guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, and to answer your question, it's going to be interesting. I'm inclined to say go with A.J. Hairston, go with the younger kid.
Why?
Because he's got that arm talent, and you got to respect that. And I think when they get into MAC play, they're going to be able to protect for him better and run the ball better, which is going to set some things up for him. And then maybe a package for Grant Jordan and or Brandon Rose. But, you know, listen, I'm not the coach, so we'll see. That's just my first inclination after watching this game tonight. But they have a big decision to make.
Running out of time. Barely got the play off. Pass is complete for the first down. Caught by Jaquan Gibson.
A tremendous job by him to come back. Scramble rules as Jordan goes to the left, and Gibson comes straight back down the sideline, makes the catch, and he's at the stick. So, you know, awareness of where he needs to be on the field to make this catch and still pick up the first down.
Two completions in a row. That one to Donnie Gray. Now, hey, on the other side, if you're Missouri, you've got your young guys in there, but you're looking for some reps here and looking for people to step up too.
That's right. Step up and play. If you're Missouri, get some, get some experience and get some game time here. And that was a good play. They wanted to go underneath the Gibson. It was covered. Able to find Donnie Gray down the field. So Grant Jordan, Looks pretty good early here. Late in the game, early for him.
I was looking for Tyreek Kelly.
And one of the other reasons why you put Grant Jordan in right now, talk about them starting their MAC conference next week. This gives Western Michigan now something more to deal with when they prepare, right? Because you're not really sure who they're going to play. I already told you they're both different quarterbacks, so that puts a little more stress on you when you prep this week to get ready for conference play. So I like this by Joe Harris-Simiak and Mike Bajakian putting Grant Jordan in here, giving a different look.
A.J. Harrison, the starter tonight, his second career start. Jordan with a pretty pass out to Owen Anderson.
Good catch by Anderson. We've seen some tight ends make a few plays tonight. And this is where I would love to see the O-line for UMass say, listen, it's 3rd and short. This is an attitude play. Let's see if we can pick this up on the ground. Let's get some push and go pick this first down up against Missouri. See if we can do it.
Also an attitude play for this Missouri defense. Yeah. Can you stop them? UMass is going to convert.
Yeah. Good job by Brandon Hood. Just needed to get to that 46-yard line. Broke the plane with the ball, and it's a good little run. Pick it up, but yeah, also, Court, you're right. I mean, you got young guys in there now in Missouri in that defense front. Step up, have some pride, shut this UMass offense out. Do not let them go down and get a late score, and make the coaches not very happy.
Remember, Missouri has a bye week coming up before their 6th home game in a row against Alabama. That pass incomplete to Gibson.
Try those wide receiver bubble screens. You gotta block. You saw Anderson, 87, the tight end out there. If you miss a block, you're gonna get a receiver hurt, and those are real tough plays if you can't block well on the perimeter. But again, meaningful reps on both sides of the ball for these teams as they move forward and get ready for their conference play. I know Missouri has a conference win, but they're about to get to the meat of their schedule.
It's the longest drive for UMass tonight. 9 plays, 35 yards. And Jordan throwing towards Gibson, who was all covered up.
Cameron Keys had him locked down. There you go with a little seatbelt. He was locked down with a seatbelt. And Jaquan Gibson, I mean, he never really even fought back and tried to catch that ball. He was covered so good by Keys.
A Missouri defense that was challenged, especially the secondary this week.
Yep.
The pass defense, Eli Drinkwitz was not happy after the South Carolina win.
They wanted better eyes.
Yes.
No explosive plays, and they've done that all tonight. So they've cleaned a lot of stuff up in the secondary.
Snap gets away from Grant Jordan. Oh, and it was right on Jaquan Gibson's hands.
And if you're a UMass fan, you're like, that's par for the course, right? Snap gets dribbled like a basketball. Grant Jordan picks it up, then throws a strike down the field to an open Jaquan Gibson. Would have been a first down, and your best receiver just drops it. And that pretty much sums up what's been going on for the Minutemen in 2025.
So on comes the punt team. Folks is back for Mizzou. Fair catch called for. Oh, it popped up off of him. He was able to recover it, but they will spot it at the 7. Before Eli Drinkwitz was the head coach at Missouri, he spent 1 season at 2019 at App State, his first head coaching job, and on his staff was Sean Clark, who unfortunately passed away last weekend. And Eli tweeting out, "The world lost one of the finest coaches, husbands, and fathers that I've ever known. His love and loyalty for those outmatched and unmatched. And my prayers are with his family and those who knew Sean." And Sean Clark, of course, an App State alum. He was an assistant coach at UCF, and after a medical emergency a few days later last week, passed away.
And I live 15 minutes from UCF, and Scott Frost, the head coach, allows me to come to a few of their practices and camp. So I had a great conversation with Sean Clark literally a week before he fell ill. He loved Orlando, said his wife loved his kids, got 2 teenage kids, and just shocking to the college football world. I echo Eli Drinkwitz, a great coach and an even better human being. And it's just 50 years old, just gone way, way too early.
Sean Clark also got to be the head coach at his alma mater at App State, and I had the privilege of covering App State. I remember it was the week of Thanksgiving, and he just sitting down with us and spent over an hour with us. He didn't have to do that, but he wanted to talk about his players. He wanted to talk about the program, the passion that he had. I will always remember that.
Former offensive lineman, right?
Yeah.
And so when the offensive linemen become head coaches, I talked about that passion as a blocker when you know you got a really good running back. Sean Clark was like that as a coach, just passionate. And we always talk because when he played at App State, it was 1AA, and I played at UMASS, it was 1AA before they called it FCS. So when we did games, we'd always talk about that too and reminisce, and just really, really sad. Just pray for his wife and kids.
You saw too earlier today, if you watched the Tennessee-Mississippi State game, Morgan Uber told you about how Joey Aguilar, who's now the quarterback at Tennessee, he was at App State.
Correct.
And he takes a knee before the game at the 6-yard line to think about where he's been, but today he was thinking specifically about Sean Clark, a coach who believed in him so much.
Yeah, and I did a game last year at App State and ECU when Sean was still the head coach, and he's touched so many lives, and his legacy will live on forever. But again, just sad that he's gone.
Marquise Davis right through the defense should take us to the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
Under 2 to play, Missouri up big. Welcome back to the SEC on ESPN. Under 2 minutes to play as Missouri's looking to go 5-0 for the first time since 2023. Remember, their first 6 games of the season are all at home, so this is 5 of 6. Their next game after a bye week next week is going to be hosting Alabama, who's in a battle with Georgia right now, up 3. About 10 minutes to go in that one. It's over on ABC. Marquise Davis.
And that's a game, if Alabama holds on to win, as we look at the upcoming schedule, dare I say, could game day be in line to come here to Como? I don't know, just throwing it out there.
Where do you think this Missouri team, having seen them, when it comes to the college football playoff?
I think they're better than 20th in the nation.
Yeah.
I do. And I think strength of schedule is something that the committee really has to hone in on this season. And you know, depending on how they finish out, but I mean, a 10-2 Missouri team is in the running for it. There's no doubt about it. It depends what those 2 losses are from. You know what I mean? But I just think the 2, you know, there was years past that 2-loss team was just kind of like eliminate. That's gone now. A 2-loss team can make it. And then when we bump to 16, and I do think that's where we're going, you're going to see some 3-loss teams make it, because, you know, everybody is so win-loss heavy, and that's how they were. But don't tell me that just because you're an 11-1 team means you're better than a team that maybe finished 9-3. Strength of schedule has to matter. And they have the schedule to play that's strong that you would have to look at.
And it helps that they've taken care of business.
Yeah.
Starting at home with a very favorable schedule. But a 7-game win streak becomes an 8-game winning streak for Missouri, and a win on homecoming in front of a 17th straight sellout crowd. And I think a big thing, too, was how Missouri came out of the locker room. They were up 21-6 at the half. And then basically in the third quarter, scored 21 points.
Put the hammer down, controlled the line of scrimmage, a little sense of urgency, got Hardy going again, and just came out and dominated play. Exactly what you needed to do. They needed to do.
Second 5-0 start in the last 12 seasons. And the playmakers that they have, Bo Prabula was fantastic tonight, and Ahmad Hardy.
Yeah.
People are going to be trying to figure out how to stop him.
They're right where they need to be. Get a good rest week. Hope Alabama wins, and you got a big showdown coming up.
Missouri wins on homecoming. They take down UMass and improve to 5-0 on the season. 42-6 is your final.